Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Mind Over Money, a show where we talk about ways how meditation, yoga, behavioral science can help you become a better and more efficient trader, investor, as well as a better human being. Well, my name is Shadhaz Anand, and today we have with us a very special guest, Ketaki Sharma, who's a founder and CEO of Algorithm Research. Now, Algorithm Research is a Middle East, North Africa, and India focused research consulting firm that offers customized business intelligence, market insight, and research solutions. Now, Algorithm Research is a bespoke analytic and research firm based out of UAE. Now, to take the conversation forward, let me call Ketaki. Welcome to the show, Ketaki.
Thanks so much, Kshitij. Thanks a lot. Really excited to be here.
Thank you for being part of this segment. Now, tell us how you keep yourself mentally fit as well as physically fit, and why it is important, especially now or post-pandemic.
Yeah, as you know, keeping yourself mentally and physically fit is crucial for taking any kind of decision, be it work, be it personal life. So that's definitely something that's very important. And for me, going for walks and do yoga twice a week helps. So my usual target is like doing 10,000 steps at least 3 times a week. And I do yoga twice a week. And my yoga practice is an hour-long practice, which involves pranayama towards the end of it. So 20 minutes of pranayama towards the end of it. So that's my basic schedule. Now, during COVID, I realized, with work, when things went kind of haywire and the whole world was at a standstill, I realized that I needed something to keep my balance, and that's when I started doing yoga. And ever since, I've not looked back. I've not stopped to keep this going. So that's the plan.
No, absolutely. And in fact, wonderful to hear that, in that period of time, everyone sort of went through the self-realization mode that, yes, health is the primemost thing. But yes, money is also there, but yes, health comes first. If, you're healthy first and then wealthy next. So you could say
Absolutely, that. Exactly.
Right. And in fact, you talked about your 10,000 steps routine thrice a week, which is very impressive. Now, tell us about your daily as well as weekly regime as well.
Sure. So I'm very grateful for living by the beach. And I really, truly go for walk. I mean, that's something that helped me unwind. That's my time. That's my me time. And I do this at least thrice a week. And those walks are kind of meditative, so it is therapeutic for me. So I do these 10,000 steps, and in Dubai it's almost like 50 degrees, and this week they are forecasting things to get hotter. Okay. If that is possible. But even that has not deterred me. I still go for my walks, and I come back sweaty, and it's almost like being in sauna for that 45 minutes to an hour. But it's something that really helps me keep fit mentally as well as physically. So that's my routine around the walks.
Absolutely. In fact, all these things just stitch to make life a little bit more easier, as well as to deal with the mental and the physical pressure that we face on a daily basis. In fact, you did talk about yoga. And that's a 1-hour routine that also involves pranayama. In fact, on the International Yoga Day, it was on the 21st of June, just last month. So is there a specific type of yoga that you sort of follow? Tell us about your regime in that relation as well.
Sure. So I start with warm-up, 10 minutes of warm-up, and then there are a few asanas that I do. I kind of rotate those asanas, and then I do a few rounds of Surya Namaskar. So that's been my schedule. Now, I have a teacher who has been, so I've been with the teacher for the past 3 years now. And I do it under his guidance. So I mean, usually he decides what asanas we are going to do, but then he knows my background in terms of where I am health-wise and what are my issues. So it's very important to kind of discuss your routine, discuss your health issues with your yoga teacher, because they tend to then, guide you much better, and they make the sessions more tailored for your needs.
Absolutely. So now, we talked about 10,000 steps. We've also talked about yoga. Is there a special diet as well that you've been taking?
So I prefer a vegetarian diet, especially during summers. That's a preference. And that said, so Dubai has summers for 8 months a year. So, so it's usually vegetarian. That said, it doesn't mean that I don't eat meat at all. I do, but I keep it limited. So that is one thing. I have a major sweet tooth issue, and that doesn't help with the diet at all. Thank God I'm a teetotaler. So all in all, I kind of try to balance things out that way.
That sounds wonderful. Now, getting you're a CEO yourself, and tell us why is it important for people, especially in the leadership or money managing positions, to keep themselves mentally fit?
So that's a great question, Kshitij. It's such a high pressure job, and you've got to know a lot of things. You have to be completely switched on all the time. You have to be aware of what's happening in the market. So it's a high pressure job, and it's a demanding job. That does not take away from the fact that you also have a personal life. So there are demands, from that front as well. So when you have all of this, it's important to make sure that you take some time out to give yourself that me time that helps you balance things out. Now, as they say in Sanskrit, that chinta chitta samacharit. So if you worry too much, it's almost like being, like a chitta. So it's very important to unwind, very important to just be away from things, switch off for some time. It's important. And I do that, so of course, apart from my schedule, I also do it via, meeting my friends from time to time, and then spending time with family and traveling. All those things help me keep my balance.
Absolutely, well said. And in fact, most of the if traders or investors are looking, at this podcast or this video interview, they might be looking at this just one portfolio that they're managing, but you manage, a couple of dozen countries, and so it's not just India alone or India region alone. There are a lot of other international markets that you're managing, so that adds on to a lot of tasks for you as well. So, that is how one of the things that keep you mentally and physically fit to take on the challenge. Right. Now, also, you're also an avid reader. Any recent books which you would like to recommend to readers as well?
Absolutely. There's one book called How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Oh.
I think it should be made a compulsory read for everyone, because it's so relevant for someone who's a student, someone who's a professional. And it teaches you a life skill called communication. And that's something we miss out on while in school, college. So actually, you could have the best skill set in the world in terms of analysis, in terms of writing, but if you can't communicate as well verbally, if you can't influence people, you will not succeed in life. You will not, actually tap into your potential as much. So this is something that must be taught in school, must be taught in college. I mean, you don't have to wait for them to add it to your curriculum. You can go and grab the book and read it. I think it's a must read. So that's one. The other book by Indra Nooyi, My Life in Full. It's almost, so for any woman who wants to balance her domestic as well as professional life, it's like a user manual, So for me, I have an autographed book, which is like my prized possession. And I would say, anyone who wants to balance professional and personal lives, they could use it as a user manual to reshape your mindset, because actually it's all about what your mindset is.
Absolutely. Well, on that lighter note, thank you so much for your time, Ketaki. And that's all for now, but do stay logged on to etmarkets.com for more on news, business and economy. Again, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much, Kshitij. Lovely talking to you. Thanks so much.